Here is a snapshot of the dashboard we are going to develop, where you can interactively change different data columns and chart types. Previously, when we wanted to see the petition trend, we dragged specific data columns onto the panel. However, when creating an interactive dashboard, we want to enable dynamic switching between petition count and salary. To achieve this, we need to create a parameter. A parameter is like a variable in programming. It can take different values at different times. We will create our first parameter, which is a string type and can take two values, number of petitions and median salary. You can display this parameter as a drop-down UI component, allowing users to change its value interactively. However, this parameter is not yet connected to the data. To link it with the data, we need to create a calculated field based on this parameter. This field's value will be determined by a conditional statement. If the parameter value is number of petitions, we will use the sum of number of petitions, which is itself a calculated field based on the count of records. Otherwise, it will return salary. Now, we can use this calculated field to dynamically control the line chart. If you change the parameter value using the drop-down, the line chart updates to display the selected measure. You can also dynamically control the chart title in the same way. Similarly, the axis title can also be updated dynamically based on the selected parameter. Next, we will create the bar chart at the bottom left of the dashboard. Adding two specific data columns results in a fixed bar chart that always displays the same data. This time, we want to dynamically control the bar chart so that both the x-axis and y-axis change based on user input. This time, we want to dynamically control the bar chart using parameters. This parameter will also be a string type and can take two values, employer name and job title. You can display this parameter as a drop-down just like before. Then, we will create a calculated field to link this parameter to the underlying data. The field's value will be determined by the parameter value. When the parameter value is employer name, the field uses the employer name column. When the parameter value is job title, the field uses the job title column. Now we can create a new bar chart where both axes are controlled by the calculated fields. Note that here we are also reusing the numeric parameter we created for the line chart. You can also dynamically update the chart title using the selected parameter names. By changing the parameter values in the drop-down, the bar chart updates dynamically. Next, we will create a scatter plot, which is located at the bottom right corner of the dashboard. Just like the bar chart, we want to parameterize both axes in this scatter plot. To do this, we will create another numeric parameter similar to the first one. This second numeric parameter will take the same values, number of petitions and median salary. We will also create a corresponding calculated field just as before. Now, once we drag the two numeric calculated fields onto the canvas, along with a grouping variable, it creates a dynamic scatter plot. When you change the parameters using the drop-down, the scatter plot updates dynamically. You can also update the chart title and axis titles based on the selected parameters. Let's take a moment to review our progress in building the dashboard. Now, the only remaining part is the bottom middle section, where we switch between the map and the box plot. This step is more complex because it involves swapping between two sheets rather than just replacing variables within a sheet. Again, we will start by creating a new parameter that can take one of two values, box plot or map. Next, we will create a calculated field linked to this parameter. Then we will use this calculated field as a conditional filter. For the box plot, the filter will check if the parameter value is box plot. This means if the parameter is changed to something else, the box plot becomes invisible. We can apply the same logic to the map. We will add a conditional filter that checks if the parameter value is map. This ensures that the map is only visible when the parameter value is map. Now, we have all the components needed to build the dashboard. We start by clicking the plus icon at the bottom right corner to enter dashboard mode. In this mode, we can see all the chart sheets we created in the left panel. Let's first set the dashboard size to automatic for a responsive layout. While you could simply drag the sheets onto the canvas, this only works for simple layouts. For a more organized layout in our dashboard, we need to position filters near relevant charts. Moreover, handling the arrangement of the box plot and map in the bottom middle section becomes even more challenging. To handle this, we will take a structured approach using containers. We're going to tackle the most challenging part first. Let's start by creating a container for the box plot and map. Then, we will place both charts inside this container. Because of the visibility filters we applied earlier, only one visualization will appear at a time in this vertical container. Next, we will place another vertical container on top of the existing one. Inside this, we will add the line chart. Then, we will add another container for the bar chart, placing it next to the box plot. We will place one more container for the scatter plot, positioned after the box plot. Since the box plot and map titles may look awkward, we will remove them. Instead, we will add a new title for the middle section using the corresponding parameter name. Though ideally the text should have been added before the map, we will proceed for now. Next, we will move all filters to their relevant locations. Finally, there is one last thing we need to do. While charts are initially not linked to each other, you can use any of these charts as a filter for other charts by selecting Filter from the context menu. Then, when you brush over the years, the other charts will update based on the selected range. For more control over how the filter works, go to Dashboard in the menu and click Actions. From there, select the filter you want to customize and specify how the charts should interact with each other. That brings us to the end of our dashboard creation process.